Okay, get this. An AI called AAE apparently outperformed actual doctors, suggesting the right diagnosis almost twice as often in really tricky cases. That's according to research just published.
Wow, yeah.
Welcome to the deep dive. We unpack the knowledge that matters. And today, well, we're diving into how this new large language model, AME, is being built to help with medical diagnosis.
It's a critical area for sure.
We're looking at a study that really put it to the test, evaluating its potential to assist doctors, especially with those head-scratcher cases. Our mission today, to figure out how AI, like AMIE, might become a powerful partner for doctors, hopefully leading to better diagnoses for all of us.
And what's really interesting here is how it's designed. AMIE tackles a fundamental problem in medicine, just how complex it is to figure out what's actually wrong with someone.
Right.
Reaching the right diagnosis, it's often this really intricate back and forth process.
Like detective work.
Sort of. Doctors need to weave together the patient's history, what they find in a physical exam, interpret, all sorts of tests and investigations.
Okay.
And this gets incredibly challenging, especially when you're dealing with rare conditions or maybe symptoms that just don't quite fit the usual pattern.
Yeah, I can imagine. It sounds like trying to solve a puzzle with pieces missing. And that's where AME comes in.
Exactly. And it's not just any AI, it's a large language model, but it's been specifically optimized for diagnostic reasoning.
Optimized how?
Think of it like an interactive tool. It's built to help with and maybe even streamline parts of that whole diagnostic thought process.
Okay, so it's specialized. And the study, it really kind of highlights why we might need tools like this, right?
Absolutely. The researchers gave clinicians these 302 really difficult real-world medical cases. These are the kinds of cases that get published because they're so complex.
The tough ones.
The really tough ones. And initially, without any AI help, the clinician's accuracy, well, in naming the top 10 likely diagnoses, it was only around 33.6%.
Oof. That does underscore how hard these cases were.
Definitely.
Okay, but then AE enters the picture. How did it do on its own?
Right. So here's where it gets really interesting. When AMIE tackled these same cases just by itself, its top 10 accuracy, 59.1%.
Whoa, wait, over 59% compared to like 33%?
Exactly. And that difference, it was statistically significant. So probably not just chance.
So what does that suggest then for, the real world?
Well, it suggests that AI, even on its own, might offer a really valuable second opinion, or maybe even just a better starting point when doctors are really wrestling with a difficult diagnosis.
Okay, so impressive standalone performance. But the idea isn't really for AI to work alone, is it? It's about helping doctors.
Precisely. And the study looked at that too. They compared how AMIE helped clinicians versus how they did using their standard tools.
Like search engines, medical databases.
Yep, exactly. They split the clinicians. One group got AME plus the usual resources. The other groups just used traditional tools like search or standard databases without AME. And what happened when doctors used AMI?
The group assisted by AMI, their top 10 accuracy hit 51.7%.
Okay, better than the unassisted baseline. How did that compare to the other groups?
Well, the groups using just search engines or standard resources, they scored about 36.1% and 44.4% respectively.
So AI assistance led to significantly better results than just using search or databases alone.
Yeah, the improvements were statistically significant again. P-values less than 0.01 and 0.03 for the technically minded.
So the big takeaway there for someone listening, this isn't about replacing doctors.
And not at all. Based on this, it really points towards AMIE potentially making good doctors even better, giving them an extra sophisticated tool for that diagnostic journey.
And I think there was another point too, wasn't there, about the breadth of diagnoses?
Oh yeah, that's right. An important finding. The clinicians using AMIE, they tended to generate more comprehensive lists of potential diagnoses, broader differentials we call them.
And why is that important? It's crucial. Thinking broadly, considering more possibilities early on, it reduces the chance you'll miss the right answer, especially when things are complicated.
Right, keeps options open.
Exactly. And ultimately, a more complete initial assessment, well, that can lead to getting the right treatment faster and more accurately.
Makes sense. So, summing it up, AME seems to show some real potential here for improving diagnosis in these tough cases.
Significant promise, I'd say. It could really empower physicians, maybe even help spread that kind of specialist level thinking more widely. But, we need more real-world studies. This is still early days in terms of practical application.
Of course, always more research needed.
Yeah.
Still, it's fascinating. So, a final thought for our listeners. Think about AI becoming this increasingly capable partner in your healthcare. What possibilities does that open up? More accurate diagnoses, faster answers, maybe for everyone. Definitely something to ponder.
And hey, if you found this interesting and you're curious about AI and medicine, you should definitely check out our previous deep dive. It's called AI versus Doctors: Who Wins in Diagnosing and Talking to Patients? We'll drop a link in the show notes for you. Thanks for diving deep with us today.